Welcome back to the Bourbon and BS podcast, everyone. This is Steve Crane. I got Nate Hale with me. This is episode 230, and we're happy to have you guys live with us. For those watching live, as usual, because of our, I know you're getting tired of it. Hopefully, I will be switching over to a different internet provider. But we already have a low connection here, which is sweet. Super sweet. But for those listening on the audio, we appreciate the support and hope that you guys continue to support us. If you have any questions about anything, let us know through any of the social media. But first and foremost, I want to thank our sponsors. That's going to be patreon.com/bourbon and BS podcast. That's you. And we appreciate all the continued support from you guys each month, and hope that you guys can continue to do that. If you're enjoying the show, show us that love, and that helps us do all these things without doing anything out of pocket. We're not really making much money. We're, like tonight, getting some free booze, which is nice.
Yeah, that's a huge benefit.
Really
the booze
free.
and cigars.
I mean, we're doing the show,
Well,
so
yeah.
I mean, it's not like free, but
it takes time.
Yeah, but
time
you
is
know
money.
what I mean. Anyways, but yeah, you guys out there, it's been great. If you guys want to do that and support the show, it's patreon.com/bourbon and BS podcast, and you can do a monthly contribution. If you want to do a one-time contribution, just do Venmo, and that's Venmo, and the @ is at Bourbon and BS. That's it, Bourbon and BS. So appreciate all the support from you guys each month and just each week, really. And that's the best thing to do. You guys can do is tell everyone about it. You know, share, like, comment, review, and subscribe on all the podcast formats and all the, you know, Facebook and the YouTube and all the good stuff there. So we appreciate that. Also want to thank our other sponsors, Tinderbox at Easton in Columbus, Ohio. That's going to be the shop that we're based out of. It's in Columbus, Ohio, like I said. And tonight they have donated or given us to review the Tatuaje Cabiguan, which is something that we have not done, believe it or not, after 200 plus episodes. But we're going to do that tonight. And then also Altadis USA, we've got a Monte Cristo White Series Toro on the table as well for part 2. They give us continued support, and we always appreciate that as well. And hope that we can continue that relationship. I know Josh Bentley got a promotion, so hopefully we can work with Charlie or just Maria, or Josh is still going forward, but I love that. Also want to thank BS Cigar Company, the gold and silver. I've got a gold sitting on the table. I know you normally carry around a gold or silver.
I've got 3 with me.
3, there you go. There you go. How long did you practice the name? I don't know which we're talking about, but
Cabiguan.
Cabiguan, nothing.
Because we sell the cigars.
Yeah,
So
I like that one. So for those of you tuning in here live, momentarily, we're going to have Chris from Traverse City Whiskey Company. We've got a new one from them. It's a little different than what we normally do because it is, well, we'll hear from him a little bit, but this is the limited edition Lakeside Peach, and we're hoping that we'll get a little bit more insight how they make this product, but it's tasty.
it is. Do you know that yesterday marked my 4-year anniversary working at Tinderbox?
I did not.
Yeah.
Did not.
4 years. First cigar I smoked at Tinderbox was the Sublime.
Okay.
I miss that cigar.
That's a great cigar. AJ Fernandez makes it.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Or Sublimes.
Yeah. That one in the Oscuro. Dynamite smoke.
Gold, Jerry. Gold. I don't know if you're trying to find this here. Yeah. So we're going to light that up while we wait on Chris here. We've had Chris on the show before. Hopefully our connection will clear up here a little bit.
Yeah. And then they were also, gracious enough to send us 2 other smaller bottles of whiskey that, we may switch over to on part 2 that are part of their signature edition. One is the straight wheat whiskey. That's 5-year age and 60.3%. So 120.6 proof. And the other one I'm really, really looking forward to. It's the straight rye whiskey, and it's uncut, aged at least 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming in at 112 proof. And you know me, I love good rye, so I'm really looking forward to that one.
Good rye. So let's get into the Tatuaje Cabiguan while we have a moment here. We'll get into that first. You love this cigar, don't you?
I enjoy it. It's one of those cigars that – so the Monte Cristo White Series that we have on the table as well,
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, like, that is my favorite milder cigar, like that mild to medium. That was my favorite because of the Ecuadorian Connecticut. I just love that thick, creamy smoke to it.
Yeah.
The Cabiguan is something that I will go to if I'm still looking for that milder smoke, but I want something with a little bit different flavor, a little kick to the flavor. And it's got the same Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper on it, but what you get underneath that is where things get really interesting for me.
That's very true. That's very true. So this one's going to be coming out of the My Father factory, like a lot of the Tatuajes. So Esteli, Nicaragua, and it's going to be an Ecuadorian Connecticut, like you said, wrapper and Nicaraguan filler binder. You look online, you see, mild, you see medium. I'm of the opinion that this is it's not the lightest thing in the humidor, but this is a milder cigar.
Yeah.
This is mild, it's creamy, it's smooth. It's a nice looking wrapper. It's very there's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so you got a nice oil on it. But I mean, for an Ecuadorian Connecticut, it's a nice blend, especially with that Nicaraguan tobacco. It gives that, I think, the way they did that, it's going to give it a little bit more oomph than like a milder Dominican cigar.
Yeah, and I think the first time I smoked one of these, because when you look on the band, nowhere does this say Tatuaje.
Correct.
So, and it
has the symbol on the back.
It has the symbol on the back, but a lot of people, may not be able to read or know what that is. So you just see, that Cabiguan with that kind of old English style C on the front, and it looks very different from the other Tatuajes. And so, like, when I first smoked it, I had no idea that that's where it was coming from. That it was out of the My Father factory and made by Tatuaje.
You didn't know that?
Did not know it. It was just, hey, that's on the shelf, and it was next to the Tatuajes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I haven't smoked that one yet. Might as well figure out what that one's like.
I think at the time this came out, they really didn't have a whole lot of milder cigars in the Tatuaje portfolio. I think this was the first, if my memory serves me right. But I mean, this was the first one that they're like, hey, we need something milder in our portfolio. And so they went down this route, which I love. It's great. Not the biggest seller when it comes to Tatuajes, at least from my vantage point, but it is a good cigar. And, if you do recommend it to someone that, you look for a mild, creamy, smooth, Cabiguan is the way to go.
Yeah. I think more often than not, like, there have been people that come in specifically looking for this.
Yeah.
Or you get the customer that's like, yeah, I want something milder, but I'm tired of all these other brands that I've smoked a bunch of. It's like, try this. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of the cigar overall? I know you like it.
I do like it. The first time I smoked it, what really impressed me, it had, and I remember telling you, and you kind of laughed about it, but to me, it had this like little tongue tingle to it that was kind of like a chili type of spice to it.
Felt like you're going to bring this up. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to be honest?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I think we should talk about this.
But no, so to me, it just kind of had this little pepperiness to it, but not like a black pepper. And, I really enjoyed that flavor because it was something very unique that I hadn't gotten on cigars before. And there were a couple other people that I recommended this cigar to because I thought that they would appreciate and enjoy that flavor. And they were saying the same thing. Now, you could argue maybe I influenced their opinion by telling them my description of it, or, they were being, wholeheartedly honest and that's what they were tasting. But no, I do enjoy this cigar. Robusto's what, $11.95 on the shelf.
Yeah.
So, for a milder smoke coming in, $11, $12 for a Robusto, that might push some people off. But again, nowadays that's average price for a cigar.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
But I do enjoy it, and there are some aspects of this cigar. Like I said, it's got that same Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper as the Monte Cristo White Series. And they both have Nicaraguan tobacco in it, but this cigar just hits a little bit different on the palate. I know the Monte Cristo's also got a little bit of Dominican in the filler, whereas this one's all Nicaraguan. So, but no, I definitely do enjoy this smoke if I'm looking for something, to start the day, cup of coffee after breakfast. This is a good one for me.
All right. Everyone that's tuning in live, we only have a handful of people. We're going to rebroadcast this. We've got Chris coming in. This connection's too bad. We're too early in the show. I'm just going to see if I can set up a new link. All right.
Okay.
All right. So guys, hang tight. We'll be right back here about 5.
Good night.